Namaste everyone.
Namaste.
So in continuation with our previous conversation, Nana, we were talking about Vedas. So how do we understand Vedas? You said it is hard to understand them, but we have people who understand Vedas. How do we understand them?
So, yesterday, in the last episode, we said that our knowledge is something special and unique. In the sense, this is not an evolved knowledge, different from the modern science. And this we have taken as that it has come down to us. So, how would it come? We'll take it up later. But the thing is, the knowledge that we have been handed over by those rishis, most of them were jnanis. And we don't know, there are numerous. What we have collected is very little. And even every Ruk has been composed by a great saint. He is already an evolved soul or descended soul. There are two distinctions. So what we understand that this Veda as classified by Veda Vyasa into three main Vedas and plus one other Veda. And each Veda he has further classified. He has further classified them into almost 4 parts. The first part is the collection of the Ruks, which we call as Samhita. Samhita means collection. They are collected as a body. And this is the basic thing or basic material that we were given to by the ancient rishis, and these riks have been heard by them. Originally they were only heard by a particular rishi, and he has given this rik to us. So this knowledge is the original knowledge that has come from above. We don't know from where, that we also discussed yesterday. So this knowledge that has come direct as a Riks, this is what we call Rig Veda. This Rig Veda contains almost whatever Riks that we have collected, they are there. And followed by Yajur Veda, and another clarification Sam Veda, and the fourth one is Adharva Veda. So in the Rig Veda, generally it is known as the first part of the Vedic knowledge. Here we have these Riks, original Riks, and again each Veda, because now though it is only one body of knowledge that we have already classified into 4. So we think that generally we answer that how many Vedas are there, we question, and then our little children answer there are 4 Vedas. There are 4 Vedas. What are the 4 Vedas? Then we will have this classification of Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, and Adharva Veda. And each part are what we call the first Rig Veda, because we have taken it first, it is first Rig Veda. It doesn't mean that they have come at different times. So the Rigs might have come at different times, historically not more or less. Maybe thousands of years or lakhs of years, that we don't know. Because they have been heard and they have been transmitted to their disciples, and that has been coming up. And some of the rishis, they say that they are the original rishis who have heard it and then who had been propagating it. And age was not a restriction for them. Some of them are like that. So this Rig Veda and each other 3 Vedas also, they have another 4 parts of it. One part, first we thought that it is Samhita. And this Samhita is the basic knowledge material. All the rigs are there in the Samhita. And what is the use of all this knowledge unless we shall make them and put them in use? The knowledge is not just for knowledge's sake. Knowledge is for the benefit of the humanity. Humanity should take the benefit of Vedic knowledge. So for that, they have made Brahmanas. Brahmanas are those selecting the particular rigs for a particular karma. Karma means it is not what we just understand as the previous births, what you call the actions and results. This karma is Vedic karma, yajnas, other forms of worship. So these Brahmanas contain the rigs and how they are applied, how they are utilized in a particular form, either to please gods or whatever the purpose may be, or for any worldly desires, or even for moksha. So there are some planned yajnas are there. And these yajnas are known as this particular manuals of how to make use of the rigs is referred to in the Brahmanas, and how the particular yajna has to be performed, what are the benefits of it, and how should it be performed, all this material will be in Brahmanas. All those rigs which could be also used in kept in practice for practical use. So they are in Brahmanas. Brahmanas is of course a kind of path shown to us how to make use of the knowledge that we have got from above. So this is okay as far as he lives as a social being or a family man. He does all these yajnas. Yajna has one, what we generally popularly understand is something like having a fire in the holy fire and then putting the material in it. It's not just that yajna. Yajna has so many connotations. Very wide meanings are there for yajna. How you live, what you live, how you perform yourself, everything comes under yajna. Because that is the understanding of yajna. But we are only known about what some 4 or 5 ethics sit at one place and have a holy fire and then do such things. So not that. Yajna has a very big connotation. So that way, how these yajnas, what are the meaning and how they are going to perform, and what would be the result of doing a particular yajna. So all these particulars and then the details are given in the Brahmanas. Brahmanas are for the use of the rigs which are there in Samhita. And then by the time, because we earlier had what you call the stages of human beings, where we have said according to the age, one is a bachelor and then he marries off and he becomes a grahastha. And then the third stage is vanaprastha. He goes to vana. Sometimes he goes with his wife also, if she accompanies. And then the 4th stage is sannyasa. So this is our ashrama dharma. So in 2nd ashrama dharma he performs yajnas. Through Brahmanas, yajnas we are conducted. But he doesn't worry about what the yajna is, as it was suggested to me, he does it, and he may not be knowing the meaning of it, and he may not be knowing, understanding how the process has taken place and what results are going to come out of this yajna. Everything he is not, he is asked to do that, he performs that. As a duty, he has to perform this yajna. So after that, after he becomes old, and then he hands over all his properties, everything to his kith and kin, and then he goes into the Vanaprastha. Then he sits with the Gurukulas, so Rishikulas, Rishis Ashramas. He visits the Rishi Ashramas in the Vana. There were a number of Rishis were there, number of Rishis Ashramas were there, which are also supported by the state, by the kings in the time, kings and also the very rich merchants. They used to maintain. Even otherwise, they never depended on any financial help from here because the forests then were so richly resourceful for them that they did not look into the outside help. So they approach this what you call these ashramas, and they start learning how the things are going on. And here he inquires and understands the knowledge, what was performed through Brahmanas. So what are the exact purport of that? So he inquires, it collects. No, that's Aranyakas. So very name says that the Aranyakas are related to forest, Aranya. So they have come to the Aranyas and met the ashramas, and then lived in the ashramas, and then talked to the munis and then rishis, and they exchange, they understand what the exact meaning of these rigs. The yajna is supported by rigs, yajna, and what is the purport of the yajna. So these details they understand. What they have done, they are going to understand during the Aranya Vasa. So after some time, because after understanding all this, what they have done is something which is related, which is directing them to something else. So then they move out of this Vanaprastha ashrama, and then the question of Vedanta comes. So this is all about the knowledge that you have gained, you have performed, and you have understood. In fact, what we are going to do by understanding this? So the ultimate goal of a jivi will be discussed and understood only when he has taken to the fourth stage. Sannyasa. Fourth stage is that is sannyasa. So that way, where Vedanta steps in, and we have Upanishads or something like that, but a lot of discussions will be going on between the gurus and their disciples. So this is what we understand in the four classifications of four classified Vedas. Each Veda has these four parts, and in each Veda there may be a number of Brahmanas could be there could be number of Aranyakas could be there. There is nothing like a stipulated one. There may be so many shakhas are there. So each rishi might have started his own shakha because his teachings come under one shakha. So many shakhas would be there. So like that, we have the same division and classification in the second Veda, Yajurveda, and also in the Samaveda. Atharvana Veda is a complicated issue. There are so many things from there. So, what is the difference? How they are classified into these three Vedas? It's something because in Rig Veda is what we thought that is the main body, and most of them have been also appear in the other Vedas. So when you come to Yajurveda is where the most of the things. Again, you have the Samhita part, and then Brahmana part, Dharmic part, and then Vedanta. So in Samaveda also there. So Yajurveda is more connected with the activities of yajna or something like that than the Rig Veda. Both, of course, they perform yajnas and all that. But yajus, here we call yajus. Yajus are mainly used in the yajna. So out of this yajus, yajna name has come.
So for
So-
Rig Veda there are Rigs and for Yajur Veda there are Yajus.
There are rigs, but these rigs are used as yajus.
Yeah. Oh, the same rigs are used as Yajus.
Yes, yes. And the same rigs in the third section,
Samaveda.
Samaveda, they are used as samas.
Samas, like songs.
Sama means some raga,
Raga.
some standard raga would be there. So all the rigs, the same rigs, are sung
Mm.
in the Samaveda. So people also say that our music is originated from Samaveda.
Samaveda.
But our Guruji says that music is something different, and then music is used in Samaveda, he says.
Ah.
So even music was there earlier, because we believe in the whole universe. Its beginning of the universe is through a nada.
Oh.
Prime sound, nada. So even then itself the ragas and these things are the development over the nada. So Guruji, whenever I say Guruji, I am only referring to my Guruji, Dr. Mahamahopajaya Sadguru K. Shivananda Murthy Garu, who lived in Punjab. So whenever I refer in my talks also, whenever I refer Guruji, I was only referring to him. So he says that Samaveda has used the music which was already existing, because the whole universe has come out of the nada. They are the original primary sound. So in Samaveda, rigs are used in a musical notes. Yajurveda, mostly it is used in the form of yajna.
Yajus.
And Rigveda is the original body. Even there also yajnas are followed, yajnas are performed. And these three Vedas, the classification is that, but it doesn't mean that we have had 4 Vedas. We didn't make any 4 Vedas. There's only one body of knowledge. The usage is different in Rigveda, in Yajurveda, and Samaveda. But the knowledge is the same, and its purpose is the same, its motives are also there. Mostly there would be Chaturvedis, because in the North India you will be finding these surnames. Chaturvedi, Dvivedi, Trivedi, like that. So this kind of families, they have emerged out of the Munis, those who have been practicing this. So that has been continued. Now only surnames have been remained, but we don't know about the knowledge. So this is one area where all the Veda has been classified into 4, and then each classification has its own 4 divisions for different purposes. Okay.
Thank you, Nana, and namaste everyone, and see you again in our next episode. Bye.